Is this thing on?
It's on. Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
guys.
Hello. Oh wait, that's my. You ever have one of those days that it's like 3:30 in the afternoon and you're finishing up your coffee for the morning?
I was like, are you still drinking coffee?
There's a little bit left.
Wow, that's pretty good. I don't know that I can drink coffee at 3 in the afternoon anymore.
Well, there's a little bit left. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey,
Shaman.
I'm Yolanda Harper.
Yeah, Harper. That's
Harper.
right.
We are the connected relationship.
We are. We're going to talk a little bit today about relationship coaching,
Yeah.
and which is a little something we do.
Why is it something that we do? Because it is something that we have needed in our relationship.
Right. You know, I mean, we met ages and ages ago, and
In high school. Aren't we adorable? High school sweethearts.
Well, I mean, we did. We met ages ago. You know, of course, like when you're young, you think you've got it all figured out, you know everything, and you don't.
Well,
You know.
here's the thing. We fell in love. We are both firstborns and pretty stubborn.
Right. We're
Right,
very,
type
very
A.
hard-headed. Yeah.
Type A personalities. So we were like, hey, let's get married. And of course, you know, we were super young and
Right.
everyone was like, don't do it.
Right.
It's not going to last.
Right.
And we were like, we will show you.
And 40,000 years later, we're still
We will
together.
show you. So we like dug in, like,
Right.
you know, that might work for a little while.
So our relationship has lasted on pure stubbornness alone.
Pure bullheadedness. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
you will not beat me.
you have said so many times, like, we are going to do this forever, no matter how many nights one of us has to sleep on the couch.
Right.
That hasn't really happened.
No, it
but,
never has.
But yeah, I mean, there was only so long that like embrace the suck mentality. Like,
Right.
oh, we're going to do this. We're going to make this work. And then probably 10 years into.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were young. We had kids young. We got married young. We're still young. I don't care what you say. But, you know, it was, I think often we wished there was somewhere we could turn.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in
Yeah.
the muck and the mire of the relationship, where you're like, we're gonna make this work, but what are we working towards? 'Cause,
Right.
like, I don't know if I like you so much right now.
Right.
I mean, like the overwhelm of kids and career and
Right.
like taking out the trash and all of that stuff. It's overwhelming.
Right.
And I think, you know, when we were I think that like our kind of spot was about 10 years into our marriage, where we kind of looked at each other and said, one, who are you?
Right.
And two, do we want to do this for another
40,000 years.
however long this ends up being, right?
Right.
Like, is this the relationship that we...
Well, I mean, we refer to that as the messy middle.
Right.
You know, that life is so busy and
Right.
it feels like insane, and it's kids and practices and, you know, dance lessons and all that stuff, you know, and
Yeah.
you're like two ships passing each other in the night.
Literally, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and then, you know, each of us was going to school and
Right.
a lot was happening. And in the middle of all of that, we kind of said, we don't really want it to look like this. Like, we
Right.
want to actually like know and like each other by the time the kids leave the house.
Right. We want something to be here when they're gone.
Because that can get really lost along the way.
Right. Right.
So we started looking around going, what is it that we do want the relationship to look like?
Right.
It was hard to meet that out. It was hard to find like examples of that. I think we were looking for mentors. We naturally kind of look for coaches and mentors. That was a little difficult. We went to the workshops and the weekends and what, like all
The
of
couples
that.
events.
Yeah, all of the
right.
couples events. And that's good. I mean, those things are good. But still, it was like, okay, so we sat through the seminar and they were kind of funny, but a little corny. And like,
Right.
what does this look like for us?
Right.
So without kind of that follow-up like support that
Right.
I would have found really helpful.
I think we were looking for someone to come alongside of us a lot and help. And, you know, I think that's what largely has kind of got us doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that process, we kind of went through all these things. We were growing individually in our professional careers, and so
which is all good.
yeah. But I mean, I think we use that as a platform of like, let's learn these things to put into place for our relationship.
Right.
And then over more than the past decade, we've been helping couples,
right,
kind of put these things into place in their relationships too.
Right. So we wanted to talk a little bit about what we do when it comes to coaching, and what it looks like to coach with us. Right?
It looks like a lot of fun.
It's a laugh a minute.
We're delightful.
But
in case you haven't been able to tell, yeah.
Our program it's a 6-month program.
Yeah. Well, and why 6 months? That seems like a long time, right?
Right.
Because we want you to, have the space to really get clear about what you want your relationship to look like. A lot of us know what we don't want it to look like, but we don't really take the space.
Right, and we kind of use that as like, well, I don't want all this. Okay, so but what do you want?
Right. Right. And then we help you learn the skills.
Right.
And put things to place to get to that point.
Right.
And then the 6 months gives you plenty of time to practice those skills, tweak it,
right.
and then
and make them yours.
That's the new normal then, right? We want to give you plenty of time to do that because a lot of times we don't take the time and space that these things require.
And over that whole 6-month process, we're there the whole time.
We are.
Right.
Yeah.
You get us the whole time. I'm
Our
sorry.
delightfulness. But it starts with a free consultation call,
I was just
right?
Gonna say that.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. So it's a free consultation call where we meet with you, either virtually if you're in the Tampa Bay, either in person if you're in the Tampa Bay area. Right. We can do that.
Or virtually.
And we take all the safety precautions and all that kind of stuff. Or virtually if you're here or beyond to say, hey, what's going on? Right. What questions do you have about coaching? And we'll let you know if we think that it's a good fit because we don't want to waste your time or our time.
Absolutely. And then it kind of goes, it's broke down into some phases. If it seems like it's a good fit, we start with like a getting to know you kind of session. I want to call it an intake, but it's like an introduction session. We'll kind of go through and see what's going on in the relationship and get your history and how you met and all those things.
Find out what your goals are.
Right.
And really identify the strengths of your relationship because that gets lost in the way too, along the way too, right? There are the good things that are there that we forget about, but those are actually the things that we help you build on.
Right. And then we meet bi-weekly.
Yeah.
For like the first 3 months.
Yeah.
We'll meet every other week. And in between that, we'll have a little check-in time.
Yeah, we have office hours. Yep. Right. That we can do virtually.
Right. And so after that first 3 months, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to try a lot. We're going to experiment a little bit. We're going to play a little bit.
Play a lot.
Laugh, yes.
Right.
And hopefully things kind of start gelling for you. And then we go 3 months where we meet.
Space things out a little bit.
Right. Once a month.
Yeah. We'll still have those weekly check-ins.
Right. We'll still do the weekly check-ins. We'll still be touching base weekly.
Yeah.
But like getting together, whether it be virtually or in the same space, once a month.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that time where you're really, okay, we've learned these things in the first 3 months. Now we're really practicing these things. And, maybe sometimes it takes a little dialing in, a little tweaking, a little changing, a little, okay, well, that didn't go over so well. Try this instead,
Or that felt good. How can we make it even better?
Right. How can we make it even better? Gooder. Is that gooder? How do you make it gooder?
Make it gooder. Yeah. And then as we get to know you, Shaman and I planned a little special something
at the end
for your last coaching session because we are really big proponents of play and adventure and dream and like rattling things up because that's really what the research says. That's what the leading experts in the field know to be true. That the foundation of friendship and adventure and play we really need to hone in on and carry forward. So we want to make sure that you've got a good taste of that and plan something special for you for your last coaching session as we wrap things up.
Right. So, I guess if you got questions,
we got answers.
Schedule a consult. You can schedule a consult and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can find some more information on our website. The link is right there in the description.
Right.
Otherwise, we look forward to connecting with you during a free consultation call so that we can talk about how our coaching services can help you with a more connected relationship.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.